Kids going back to uni because it's year 2. It's year 2 for Rowan, and then that's it. One more year and has gone.
Yeah.
As well, and then it's like, oh,
you're gonna have an empty nest. Well, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say empty nest. My left foot.
The oldest one is gonna stay.
It's like, people say empty nest, but they don't really go because Rowan's already I took Rowan to physio. She was already saying, well, I'm back in about 3 weeks, and then I'll be back.
Why is she back in 3 weeks?
Because that's what Rowan does. And then I'm back again. I'm back again in reading week, so that will be the week beginning the 4th, and so she's booked her next physio in on the week beginning the 4th.
She's also booked to go.
Yes.
On holiday with me, apparently.
Okay, so I don't know what this empty nest is all about. So I don't feel maybe when you've all actually, I don't know.
Wait till we're all married, maybe.
And then you're bringing the children back to look after.
100%. Yeah. What are grandmas for?
I might move to Mongolia.
I'll follow you.
Wherever you will go. Isn't there a song about I will follow you wherever you'll go? I shall not sing it. I think that's too much.
You're probably right. Definitely.
So. Anywho, I digress. I hope you've all had a fabulous week. And what is the question this week, my love?
I really, really like this question. And
you say that every week.
No, but this is just, okay. I really like it.
Go for it.
And it's prepare yourself, though.
Oh, gosh, have I got to gird in my loins?
What?
Gird in my loins.
What's that mean?
Oh, gosh. It's like, oh, gird in my loins for the attack. Kind of like batten down the hatches and prepare myself.
That's your preference?
Yeah. Whatever floats your boat, mate. Go for it.
So, it's from Marianne.
Hello, Marianne.
She lives between Holland and the UK.
Oh, nice.
So she travels a lot. She's a traveller. She travels for work as well.
Right, okay. Bless her. That's already tough in perimenopause.
Yeah. And because she travels a lot, it's very difficult to get into a skincare routine, food routine. She stays in hotels. It's a bit difficult to look after herself. Yeah. And she's now in the perimenopause too.
Yeah.
And she says she looks and feels horrible every time she looks in the mirror. She sees an old woman with wrinkles, blotchy skin, and doesn't know where to start, and doesn't know how to look after herself. So, I told you. It's good.
Don't you just want to give her a big hug?
Yeah.
I get it. It's... Oh, dear Lord. Yeah. I just want to give you a big hug. It's so... Listen. Right. Spade's a spade on this one.
Okay.
There's no... We're all in the same... We're not all in the same boat, but we're all in the same sea when it comes to this one. Yeah. No woman in perimenopause has not felt like this. Now, it's one of those where, because I'm on the spectrum, what comes into my head usually comes out my mouth. So I have to be really careful not to offend anybody.
Don't cancel us.
Please don't cancel me. We didn't get cancelled last week, which was a miracle. Yes. I thought we might get cancelled with the whole male doctor versus female doctor, but we
probably got more praised. I'm not going to lie.
I know, we were relatively unscathed. So genetically, some women are more blessed than others when it comes to skin. So if you had oilier skin when you were younger, you're going to fare better in perimenopause than if you had drier skin. So that's the thing. But we're all in the same boat. So no matter what your skin was like before perimenopause, at some point you're going to look in the mirror and go, oh, for goodness sake, ew. So I remember I have always looked after my skin.
I was going to say you're very blessed, actually, but you've looked after yourself.
I've always looked after my skin because I had cystic acne when I was younger. So I had horrific skin. Up until I was pregnant with you, actually.
You're welcome.
No, not you're welcome. But up until my kind of late 20s, I had really horrific cysts and painful cysts, bumps, lumps all underneath my skin. Horrific. And so I had so much oil and so much trouble with my skin. So I had to look after my skin a lot. So I was forced to, if you like. Why am I telling you this? Because then what happened was, because I took really, really care of my skin, I presumed that I would sail through perimenopause with no worry, with never a kind of issue. I was shocked when I started getting red kind of bumps and almost like a rosacea type reaction on my skin. I was like, excuse me.
When did that start?
Mid-perimenopause.
Okay. It's only a few years ago. And I didn't get any lines or any wrinkles or any other typical signs of aging. I got perimenopause skin. Perimenopause skin is kind of almost redness around the nose, it's delightful. Why?
Well, broken. So this is the thing about perimenopause. So as estrogen leaves your system, you get these, as you know, hot flashes. So where your capillaries are in your skin, typically around your cheeks, could be around your nose. You get these when your kind of veins dilate and then they
contract again, you get this flushing on the skin, but you get it kind of, because it flashes and then constricts, you get it leaves behind its mark.
Okay.
So estrogen is the thing that you need in your skin to make collagen. You know where I'm going with this one. So collagen is the thing in your skin that makes it bouncy, gives it that pillow-like boing. So if you think of a pillow, if you think of a pillow as in a pillow on your bed, and you think of it's kind of shaped outwards, and so if you think of a little kid jumping up and down on the pillow, doing, 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 right? The bounciness of a pillow, right? So when you have estrogen in your skin, when you have estrogen in your body and it produces collagen, you have that pillowness of your skin. It gives it that bounciness, that life, that fullness to the cheeks. When estrogen leaves your system, and don't forget, estrogen is declining all the time, but the speed of which it leaves your body increases in perimenopause. You'll see that women have a hollowness to their cheeks. Instead of their cheeks going outwards, they then sink inwards.
So you go a bit like
gaunt. So you see women, like, suddenly their cheeks look sunken rather than billow outwards. They go inwards.
I thought stuff like that was a weight loss thing, or...
Well, okay, so it can be. I mean, obviously, if you weigh less, if you're more underweight than overweight, it can look more exaggerated. But just in general, you don't have that plumpness, that rosiness, that kind of glow to your skin.
Do you physically feel it?
You don't physically feel it, but when you look in the mirror, you don't see a youthful plumpness. You see a kind of gauntness. That's number 2. Number 3, because why not? Obviously, sleep deprivation in perimenopause is huge. So what comes with sleep deprivation? Bags, dark circles, just general kind of drawn skin. Then obviously, as we get older as well, we're going to have fine lines, we're going to have wrinkles, we're going to have droopiness. That's another estrogen thing. We're going to have droopiness, which then can lead to jowliness. Jowls being these.
You've just explained like growing older to us, actually.
Yes, isn't that lovely? Aren't you happy? So the problem is, when you mix all these things, when you add these things together, they can kind of creep up on you. But in perimenopause, because of the estrogen decline and because of all these factors like lack of sleep and other things that are going on as well, you suddenly it can just seem like one day you look in the mirror and snap, you don't recognise yourself, and it's really distressing.
So that's what Marianne...
So that's what Marianne's going through. Right, what do we do? First and foremost, what I need to explain is you start from the inside out. So you don't, when your skin is feeling, when you look in the mirror and you feel like my skin has aged or my skin doesn't feel like me anymore, I wouldn't start with the skincare. I would start from the nutrition side of things. I would go inside out rather than outside in, because you're going to get much better results. If you go to a skincare counter, they're going to sell you the world.
Yeah.
And you're going to not fall prey, that sounds mean, but they're going to sell you all these lovely jars of potions and lotions.
And mention big words and
lots of
numbers
and numbers and all these fancy kind of compounds and stuff.
Yeah.
The reality is that your skin in perimenopause can also be quite thin. It can also be quite fragile. Yeah. So what we want to do is, first and foremost, we want to strengthen your skin and give it some oomph back in it. So we want to start with nutrition. So we're going to start with collagen. Collagen is the thing that's been missing, right? So we want to start with collagen, we want to start with hydration, and we want to start with fat. When I say fat, I don't mean like lard. I don't mean like butter. I mean omegas. I
actually thought that's what you meant, like eating fatty food. I was like, yes, please.
Yeah, a bit odd, but okay. So we want to start. Collagen is the thing that is kind of like, I mean, you've heard me talk about it before with your knees and your joints and stuff, and it's the kind of glue that holds your joints together. It also does the same for your skin. It kind of holds the infrastructure together. So if you take collagen, it's going to give you that bounciness, that kind of like
nice,
that pushiness, that pillowness back into your cheeks.
When will you start feeling that when taking collagen?
So I'm going to be biased and say the collagen that we have is, when I started, obviously I trialed the collagen first and before we launched our own collagen, and it was around 3 to 4 weeks I'm going to say around 3 to 4 weeks I started noticing it. Other people started noticing it on me, I'm going to say about 6 weeks. They were like, what are you doing? You look well.
And you can feel the effects rather than see.
So I would say around 6 weeks, other people started saying to me, what are you using on your skin? You look really glowy. What are you doing? That's based on bovine collagen, not marine collagen, because there's 2 different types of collagen that well, there's more than 2 different kinds, but mainly people use marine collagen or bovine collagen. In perimenopause, I would always encourage people to take bovine collagen, which is the type of collagen that we use, but we use a specific type of collagen. It has to be, you want to use a very, very high quality collagen that your body can use. So I would say to her, start with collagen. And it's not an expensive fix as well.
No. It seems like the key to everything.
Yeah.
It really seems like such the solution. And you'd pay anything, wouldn't you, to feel and look just that little bit better.
Well, it's going to make a massive difference to you. And for Marianne, so you said she goes between the UK and Holland. So if she ordered it in the UK, it's going to cost like, is it 21 quid a month?
21.60, yeah.
Yeah, 21.60 goes like 21.60, and that's including post. So it's not going to cost you very much. It's less than £1 a day. It's like 8.60. I don't know. Yeah.
When you think of it like that, yeah.
So it's not going to cost her a lot. So that would be my first solution. Okay, obviously it's a little bit more. I can't remember. It's like £8-9 or something like that if she delivers it to Holland. But if she's in the UK, it's free, obviously free postage. So that's a really, really good solution. And it's so easy to take. It doesn't taste of anything. It doesn't smell of anything. A couple of teaspoons in your coffee and you're done. Even you can put it into water because it's so tasteless.
And she'd be able to travel with it, wouldn't she?
And you can travel with it, yeah, exactly. So it's not a big deal. That's a really, really easy solution, as is hydration. So your skin needs to be hydrated to look, you know, you can tell when your skin is dry. If you press your skin and it bounces back anywhere on your skin, you know that it's hydrated. If you pushed it and it literally doesn't bounce back, you know that you're dehydrated.
Am I hydrated?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Okay. But if you pushed your skin and the mark still stayed and it took a long time, it's like if you pinch your skin and it doesn't snap back into place, you're very, very dehydrated. So you need to make sure that you're...
Okay. I didn't know that.
You didn't...
No.
See, every day's a school day, darling.
I thought I was just, bless me, a bit pale at times.
But if you pinch your skin and it doesn't snap back into place, then you're really dehydrated. So you need to make sure you're really hydrated. And then with the fats, you want to be taking omega-3s. Now, omega-3s, I think I've probably mentioned it before, but you don't want to be taking omega-6s. Omega-6 before perimenopause is fine. After perimenopause, you want to be taking omega-3s because it's that great for your skin. So that's the inside bit. Now, the outside bit, you have to learn to love your skin again. Right? Women will come up to me and they say, I don't love the way I look anymore. I just don't love the way I look. I look ugly. I hate the way I look. And people actually, it absolutely breaks my heart. They'll go, I'm just an ugly woman. I'm an ugly woman. I'm an old woman. And I find it really hard.
Yeah, this is not me.
This is, it's not who I am anymore. I don't like me. I don't recognize me. I'm an old woman. So I'm going to say, it's okay. Start with one thing that you love. So look in the mirror and find one feature that you love.
That's a good start.
So do you love your eyes? Do you love your lips? And focus on loving that one thing. So what can you love about your face? So look in the mirror, and the women will say, I love my eyebrows. It's your eyebrows, it's your eyebrows. How can you take care of your eyebrows? And I say, okay, maybe you could use an eyebrow serum.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a start.
Yeah, keeping them groomed.
Go for an eyebrow trim, put some eyebrow serum on them, tweeze them, learn how to use an eyebrow pencil, fill them in, love on them, take care of them, start there.
That's a good one.
Okay, what else can you love? Well, I love my lips. Okay, so how can you love your lips more? Well, lips also need hydration, so can you use a hydrating lip balm? Right, well, let's stay away from the petroleum balms, because the petroleum, things like a Nivea balm or what are the ones that everybody uses? The ones in the sticks.
Yeah, I know.
The ones, the lip salves in the balm.
Yeah.
They're actually got petroleum oil in. Petroleum oil is in petrol. Yes, petroleum oil. And they dry your lips. Don't even go there. But they're really...
Ooh.
Yeah, and you've been using them for years, probably. So they're really, really bad for you. They're really unhealthy for you. And as you keep applying them, it makes your lips drier and drier, so you keep applying it more and more. So switch it out. Use a really healthy one. Again, that's why we only use natural products in the lifestyle. But use a really natural one and apply it before you get to bed. So when I go to bed at night time, I apply almost like a mask of hydrating products.
You've got a good nighttime routine.
But it's part of your nighttime ritual. So when you've done your skincare at bedtime, but I keep it next to my bed. It's a little pot. And before I go to sleep at night, I hydrate my lips. Because then the next day, when you want to apply your lipstick, you don't have crusty, dusty lips.
Mm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because when we go through perimenopause, our lips dry out and our lips shrink, feel like they're getting smaller because the line around our lips gets dotted. The line, as in the natural lip line, starts to erode and starts to get smaller and it's not as much of a definite line. And our lips get dehydrated, so they feel like they're getting
I've
smaller.
seen some women like it chipping off and
So if you hydrate your lips at night time, the next day when you apply your lipstick, it feels more plump, it feels more supple, the lipstick goes on better. So you can love your lips by applying a really lovely hydrating, maybe one with vitamin E, maybe one with calendula. I think that's how you pronounce it.
What do you look out for not to have?
No paraffin oil, no petroleum jellies, just always look out, no sulfates, no parabens, no nasty, something that's based on natural ingredients.
Okay.
Again, that's why I started the lifestyle brand, was just so that, because I was just fed up of spending all my time reading labels.
Yeah.
So again, when you're in perimenopause, I understand how she feels, because everything that you've learned to do for your skin before perimenopause may no longer work. So you may have gone to one of the big, I'm not going to slander any big makeup companies or skincare companies because I will get cancelled at that point. But I used to go to one of the big skincare companies and I would buy my retinoids, or I would buy my vitamin C products, or I would buy some of these products with lots of active ingredients in. And they would be absolutely fine for me before perimenopause. And then in perimenopause, because my skin was more reactive, because I had all these little pimples, these little red dots all over my skin. Suddenly, if I put those products, those active products, so things with vitamin C and things with retinols in, if I put them onto my skin would just go whoosh and react to them. So you have to be, if you're really out of love with your skin, you might have to start again at the beginning. Start with things with no active ingredients in at all, and start off at kind of like really natural, really caring, really kind of beautiful, loving, kind, soft ingredients. And if you want to work back up to the more active ingredients, maybe start really, really slowly, but don't go in there like, maybe strip everything back and start with a massively simple cleanse. Maybe even avoid toner. Maybe double cleanse. Use something like a cleansing melt.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's that?
Do you know when, if you see me take my makeup off in the evenings, and I use if you look next to my sink, and there's that one that's like a beautifully smelly kind of melty thing.
I've seen you use it,
first, and then I double cleanse, so I cleanse twice.
So you don't use makeup remover, you just use that?
No, I use a cleansing melt, and then I use a cleanser. So I use a cleansing melt, then I use a creamy cleanser. So, and it just feels really luxurious and spa-like. And I take it off with a warm face cloth every night. So I feel like I can get that little spa treatment type thing.
Nice.
But I'm not using, and I use muslin cloths. And again, because muslin cloths are very, very soft on the skin.
That's what you used with us when we were babies, wasn't it?
Cloths,
yeah.
So I always use a muslin cloth on my hair. So I have muslin towels for the hair. I use muslin cloths on my face. So all of these tiny little things are things that are very gentle. They're very loving. They're very caring, and they're. It's just approaching things in a different way. But it's saying to yourself, instead of saying, I hate the way I look, I hate my skin, and I get it. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, well, that's a ridiculous way to think. I have so been there.
Yeah.
You know me. In 2016, I didn't unrecognizable.
I was just going to say, you probably wouldn't recognise yourself then to now. And that was, you were 8 years younger, and that was 8 years ago.
Yeah, I looked older then than I do now.
100%.
Yep.
No offence. That came out rude. Yeah. I've got a question. Do you know, because people say it's all about mind, body and soul and feeling good, do you think, when you look after yourself and do this whole ritual for yourself, do you think because you feel good on the inside while doing it, it shows on the outside?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, I mean, the whole point about self-care is not just what it does for you on the outside. It's about saying, I'm loving me, I'm taking care of me, I'm taking care of myself. It's about self-worth, self-care, self-love. It all blends together at the end of the day. And taking care of yourself is really, really important, because you're sending a message to your own brain saying, I'm looking after me. I'm taking care of me, I'm worth something, I'm worth looking after, I'm worth loving. And it's really, really important as we go through perimenopause to be sending that message to ourselves and saying, looking in the mirror and saying, ugh, it's really hard for the soul. It's really, really hard for the soul. Mm-hmm. And we do it too often because we don't look like we used to. We don't feel like we used to. But if we carry on saying, which is all too easy to do because, none of us are going to look like we did when we were 20 ever again.
But it's getting worse as well in our generation even, because social media gives you like an impression of what you're supposed to look like and how you're supposed to look and feel and everything. So a lot of young girls have started looking in the mirror and going, ugh, I wish I had bigger this. I wish I had less this. Yeah.
And then the young girls, what scares me about your generation is that people are saying, well, I have to start my Botox now so that I don't end up aging like whoever. And then women who are my age haven't, like, I see some of the comments on posts of Jennifer Aniston saying, what has she done to her face? Oh my God, what is that? And I'm thinking, okay.
She's 60.
She's not, she's my age.
No. Courtney Cox has just turned 60.
Yeah, but Jennifer Aniston's younger.
Yeah. She's like 56, 57, something like that.
But do you know what I mean? It's like we're quick to pass judgment on each other. So if we judge ourselves less, we can then afford to judge other women less. But when we judge ourselves harshly, we then judge other women harshly as well. So it's a bit of a problem.
But someone with Marianne, like someone like her, who travels a lot and does a lot for work and stuff, how can she fit in all these little things for herself while on the go?
This is the thing. So it's having a routine that is not too complicated. So this is what I'm saying. Pare it right back. Pare it right the way back. If I was starting out again on my skincare, if I had got to the point where I'm out of love with my skin, I would start again with a really beautiful cleansing routine. So the muslin cloths, like, again, I sound like a broken record, but we sell them on the Lifestyle brand. And the reason that we do is because I highly recommend them because they are the best thing in perimenopause. But they're tiny little cloths. They weigh nothing. Okay, so I would get a brand, and Elemis do a great one, Temple Spa do a great one, and these cleansing melts. And you can get small pots of them as well. So I would start off with a simple double cleanse routine. So one cleansing melt and one creamy cleanser. And then I really wouldn't almost bother with a toner. I would just double cleanse. And then I would use some kind of serum, a strengthening serum or some kind of serum that's not too aggressive, something that's really going to sit well on the skin, and then a night moisturizer and a night cream. Do you know what I mean? I really wouldn't go too many steps in.
It doesn't sound complicated when you put it like that.
No, you don't need 29 million products. And when you're buying these products, buy products where you can have small, go somewhere like that you can actually get sample sizes, travel sizes. Find a brand that you can actually get, a brand like Elemis, for example. If you can buy their big sizes, but they often do like travel packs and they do these giveaways, and you can always get their little pots. Do you know what I mean? Like Estee Lauder, for example. They're always doing offers where you buy this one, you get these ones for free. So do that. Collect them. Find out. Invest in a travel kit. Invest in travel sizes.
And it's what brand works for you, isn't it?
And it's what brand works for you. But I'm not going to say take the piss.
What do you mean?
Well, go and let them do your facial at the counter. There's a lot of these places that offer a free 15-minute facial, offer a free 30-minute facial. Don't be afraid to take them up on this. Don't be afraid to say, yes, I'd like to have a free facial. Yes, I'd like to have a consultation. And don't be shy to try some of their products and say, can you write me down the prescription? I'll come back in a few days if it feels nice on my skin. And say to them, I'm trying it out because I'm in perimenopause. I want to see how my skin reacts. If my skin reacts well, I will come back and I will purchase these products. Please give me your name and I'll make sure I purchase them from you.
Nice.
Are you with me? Be honest, be upfront with them. People don't mind that. We're so worried about putting people's noses out of joints. We're so worried about thinking, am I going to offend people or not?
Yeah.
And it's the same with your makeup, If you go to places like Dior, if you go to places like Charlotte Tilbury, if you go to places like who else do we like? Givenchy or Chanel. You can have a makeup lesson and they'll say minimum spend is 50 or minimum spend is 100. And you can have a makeup lesson and you can tell them, I have mature skin. I want a very quick, no makeup look, or I want an evening makeup look. Please, can you set me on with like 5 products that I can do quickly for mature skin, so I look like I've got a glamorous makeup. And you need to change the makeup that you've always, that feel like this is makeup that is, you don't want to be wearing heavy foundation. So I wear a makeup called NARS Light Reflecting Foundation.
I've heard it's amazing.
It's very light, it's very dewy, it's very thin. I used to wear like thick foundation back in the day.
But that's who you were like at the time.
But this is what I'm saying. So when you get into perimenopause, you start changing and start thinking about different types of products that are going to give you a different type of glow. And I only do that by going and saying, can you test this product on me? Can you show me what this looks like?
That's really good.
And if you haven't got the courage to go with one of your friends or one of your daughters.
Yeah, we've gone to a couple together.
We've gone to a couple together.
I do love it's a treat yourself day.
It is.
It's so necessary. I've got my next treat yourself day on the 5th of October. Spending the afternoon in Dior.
Well, I mean, it has to
Dior, sponsor me, please. I really like your products. I buy it every month. Please just sponsor me now.
Shameless plea.
No shame. Yeah, completely no shame. Come on, Dior.
Bless you. So I hope that helps.
Yeah. I think that was very, very good advice, and I think it's good and good encouragement for women.
Yeah. So start from the outside, start from the inside out. Start looking after the nutrition side. Get all that structure back into your skin, that hydration, that goodness, that collagen, the omegas, and the hydration. Then try and start loving your features, even if it's just one by one. Fall back in love with them and start looking after them. And then start your skincare again. Start simple, start natural, and do a routine that you keep up no matter where you are and how much you travel. Yeah. All right. Take care, my darlings. As always, if you have any questions for us, we're always here to help. Sending you buckets full of love, and we will speak to you again next week. Take care, my darlings. Bye. Bye.